let me break down what I'm going to discuss in today's video, and then let's jump right into it. So, a lot of people are actually being misled about the $2,000 you will check that could potentially be coming. It's a matter of weeks. I will explain what's going on here and give you the truth. We know one state governor is offering a plan to give the very resident $150 rebate. Progressives are asking the Senate to quickly pass the Build Back Better Act so that the President Biden has something to share with the nation and explain how soon their relief will be coming soon after the Senate of the Union address. We know the White House is also planning the push for the COVID-related pay leave bill, and this could be very similar to which was enacted in the early days of the pandemic. We know lawmakers say that most Americans support the student debt forgiveness and that President Biden needs to forgive this debt before it's too late. Also, going to address how lawmakers are also looking into passing a bill that could give taxpayers are break on penalties from the IRS due to delays in mail and just simple delays at the IRS. We also know that bipartisan group of the U.S. senators are writing a bipartisan bill to provide additional relief to Ukraine, and the hope is to act quickly and get relief to Ukraine within the next week. So that's what we are going to discuss in today's video. So $2,000 stimulus checks, they should be coming within the next couple of weeks. That's what we keep hearing, and that's what the media keeps on telling us. Many media outlets keep saying this is coming, but the truth is there's nothing in the world of the for $2,000 stimulus check. There are additional $1,400 stimulus checks still going out to American people that mixed their checks back in 2021. So if you didn't get $1,400 stimulus check, very single person should have. So we could be getting that when you file your tax return. That's where $1,400 is coming from. There's still a second half of the child tax credit payments. This is still going to be sent out. Nobody has received the full amount of the $3,000 or $3,600 payments. So you could either get $1,500 check or you get $1,800. You get the second half of your child tax credit payments. That's where that's coming from. There are additional tax credits as well. There are child care credit. There's so many different things. But as for $2,000 stimulus check, don't believe anybody that's telling you it's coming at this time, because honestly, there's no talks of it. Honestly, there is nothing here for $2,000 stimulus checks. Or those discussions are old and people are just bringing back old news. So just give you an idea, there's nothing for $2,000 stimulus check. However, there is one governor that has proposed a $150 tax rebate to all residents. This is Governor of Wisconsin. He's also proposing spending $750 million for education. Here's a problem, because both of those provisions are currently blocked by Republicans, and according to reports, the reasons for this is because Republicans don't believe passing a $150 tax rebate to all residents is a good idea right before the election. The election isn't for months, and that's what Republicans are saying. But this is also being proposed even by the last governor as well. But what is Governor Evers? He is saying that this is the resident money. This is the people's money, and sitting on the people's money for another year, and it makes absolutely no sense. And the reasons for this money is because the state are surplus of the cash. Remember this. Because this is the reason I wanted to bring This all is because either they have the source of cash, or they start to see that they recognize we got too much money. What should we do? Well, this is where they start to devise plans, and they decided, oh, let's give it back to old presidents. Let's give it to business. Let's give it to certain cities so that they can have the volunteer income program. But this is likely where those stimulus checks are going to come. And speaking of the stimulus checks, this is what the progressives still believe we need for entire country. The only problem is there's not enough support within the Senate to get something like this passed right now, though the Progressive Party is calling on the Senate to get Build Back Better Act passed before the March 1st. When the President Biden had his State in the Union address, for the President Biden to allow the Congress to forget the bill passed. Not the bill passed, he could also use this time to tell the American people, this is what Democrats passed, this is what will be coming, and this is when you will be able to get it. So they are saying that this could be an ideal time. Let's figure out a way to pass the bill before the March 1st. So if it broadens, that's going to be very difficult to slow down and potentially stop. So see what happens there. And they are saying right now too that too many people are missing work like they did during the beginning stages and this pandemic. And it's at no fault of their own, and they want to find additional help. Here's what they want to do. They want to provide about 2 weeks of COVID-related sick pay, and they also want to include 12 weeks of family and medical leave, but at the 2/3 paid. So this is a little bit of differences. Instead of just 4 weeks of paid family and medical leave after at full pay, they just want to do 2/3 pay. So for 4 weeks, and we don't know if there's going to be support there. However, though, instead of running this for the life of the pandemic, and this is where another big change comes in. Thus, the discussions are that they only do this for the next handful of the months, so that is just enough time to get us out of this winter surge that we are currently in. So that's the discussion 12 weeks, 3/3, 2/3 paid, and also run this just for next few months to get us out of the winter surge. That's really all discussions are, but at least we are having discussed, and that's the big thing. Also, the president has yet to answer the question as to whether or not we are going to see up to $50,000 in the student debt forgiveness. Lawmakers say that he does have authority, but outside of that, nobody knows that president is thinking. We did have the results, though, just recently from the CNBC, and it stated that 81% of others with the student debt say they have had to delay the key life milestone due to their debt. Another survey says that most Americans want President Biden to prioritize student debt forgiveness. Do you think that should be priority? Some are saying that $10,000 will be better than $50,000, and as millions of people signed up for this debt, experts are saying they knew what they are getting themselves into. They got an education of it, and there are absolutely no reason why the debt should be 100%. It's also going back to the task of your parent with children. They are in the favor of the child tax credit, right? And this payment, people without children usually not, because it is a benefit to them. But the majority of people who say forgiving student debt should be high priority are actually between the ages of 18 and 57. So they have had this debt for less time than older generations, which also means that they are most likely either just now starting to pay it or either been paying very little for the last few years. Unlike people that are 60 years and older that either is almost done paying or they have finished their payment, have been debt-free and student debt for a while, and they are thinking, why should the younger generations get all this relief? And we have to make all payments, so we'll see what happens there as well. Lawmakers are also pushing to get the IRS some additional help. They say they could prefer to give the IRS more money and then have the IRS hire more workers. But at this time, this does not seem like it's a likely option. The most likely option at this point is to reduce penalties on all taxpayers who are racking them up due to mail delays, and automatic penalties going out or penalty notice going out to these taxpayers. So the purpose behind this move is that the IRS currently has about 15 million pieces of correspondence they will get to even go through. Because of this, millions of Americans are getting automatic penalty notice and even fines. So what the Congress want to do is they want to step in and help alleviate some of these issues, because we know the IRS is only going to get further backlogged. We know American people are just going to keep getting this automatic notice, which is not going to be great.